All right, guys. Well, this is not going to be a Minhee video. This is going to be a quick little video talking about something very important, something that I would find right now more important to me than Minhee shenanigans and all that, which we will talk about the effects of that later, the effects of what she's done, not so much her, but just what she's caused in another video. Today, I want to talk about RIIZEs Sohee and his weight loss and how it's a health concern, definitely. Chinese Nuna, thank you for pointing this out because I did not know that this was going on. This is very concerning. So let's get into the news now. Let's not waste any more time. Apparently last week, RIIZEs Sohee had caught a lot of people's attention with just how thin he appeared. It was some kind of GIF that was posted online, but there were some netizens that were weirdly enough saying that they were envious of Sohee's figure, while there were others who were concerned about, how skinny he became, because, he hasn't looked that thin, not even since he debuted, not even before he debuted. And mind you, the group has a hectic schedule, and I'm sure it's a lot of stress involved. They are going through it. You know how it is when you're a new group, and the first few years, especially that first year, is like the busiest, most hectic year with promotions, constant promotions, and just all these different shows you got to go on. It's crazy. It's a crazy, wild, hectic, scheduled year. Yeah, so basically there was a few photos that were released of RIIZE, and one in particular that really caught my eye. Jesus, man. Yeah, see, there's a photo of him, all the members basically wearing white t-shirts and leather pants. But Sohee stretches his arms, puts them around his members. And when he does that, you can see his rib cage. You can see his bones. Yes, you can. That's very concerning. I think all the members are on a diet of sorts, but again, that's kind of how this goes. The first year, it's like K-pop idols are dieting like crazy. But this kind of dieting is really, really not good for anyone's body. It's really not. And I wish the companies would stop doing this. I don't know why they do this to these people, especially given the hectic schedules. They don't have enough nutrients in their body to sustain them, to give them energy, to give them fuel. They're working off of whatever they consume. And if the company's not really giving them much of anything to consume or telling them that they can't eat certain things, there's no wonder why this is happening. It's just very concerning to me, especially just seeing that photo. I think one of the things that really bothers me is that there's no indication that SM is going to put him on any kind of hiatus or anything. I think they need to, at least for the sake of his health, and they need to stop imposing such super strict diets, unhealthy even, because it really can cause damage to both their physical and mental health. Because once a company puts it in a person's mind that they have to look this way at all costs, it does affect your brain to the point where you, even when you're not in the industry anymore, you still have habits, right? That you're probably trying to break, but it's hard to, because those habits you picked up in the company, you've carried them for most of your adult life. So this is not good. It's not looking good. The schedules are very stressful, and I worry about RIIZE as a group in general. Like, I love the guys. I want them to be healthy. I want them to be fit. I want them to have the energy, the nutrients necessary to tackle a job like this. But unfortunately, companies don't care. And this is just another example of companies not caring. I hope that Sohee will recover. He's not going to recover, however, if he's still participating in the events and everything. So they have to give him time to recover. And with the schedules and the events that they have planned being as hectic as they are, I don't see that happening unless SM actually puts out a statement and lets Sohee rest and recover. Which brings me to another point, that Chinese Onu, one of the reasons why I'm pretty sure he left SM as far as the solo stuff that he's doing is concerned, because his health was declining mainly during his solo activities. They had him ripping and running so much, there's no wonder why he left SM in that sense and went with another company. I would have did the same thing. Mind you, they let Onu recover after he had gotten so bad. Y'all waited till he got that thin, and I just don't want them to do the same thing to Sohee or any other idols in the future. You got NCT, Wish. I hope that doesn't happen to them. But it's like these companies, they push these dieting methods on these idols. So do they really care just because they sent them on hiatus, so they care? No, they don't. They are the reason why they're on hiatus in the first place, because of the health issues resulting in these very terrible methods of dieting. And maybe I need to make a video on why companies have their idols diet so harshly. Like, what is the purpose of these harsh diets? Is it to strengthen their bodies for an even harsher method of dieting? That's really not how the body works as far as endurance is concerned. I don't know if companies know that or are aware of that, but this is not helping the idols get stronger. EXO Shumin, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time when he had lost a lot of weight. And this was like during, if I'm not mistaken, the first year or so of EXO. I'm telling you, it's always the first year where they have these guys dieting like super crazy just so that they can have that young, youthful look. It's like a trend in K-pop, but it's a trend that I believe is played out, needs to die, because it's affecting people's health. Girl groups, guy groups, it's affecting people's health. Like, this is not safe. They know it's not safe, and it needs to stop. It really does. Looking at that photo, I can't look at it. I can't look at it. It reminds me of when I was younger and I wasn't eating properly. I think I was dealing with a severe depression back then, and I was not eating, and I was super skinny, super thin. And I mean, when I tell you I was like not in a good mental headspace, that's what this looks like. That's what this reminds me of. I also had a weird obsession with dieting that was also not helpful any further, and it probably would have evolved into some anorexia kind of issue. Thankfully, it didn't. When I look at Sohee and how he's suffering with this diet, it just takes me back to my time. And I'll be honest, because my mental state was bad, I used to actually think that this kind of look, this physical look, was good, and I wanted it. Like, it was bad for me. So when I tell you I can relate to this, but it is not a healthy mentality to want a figure like this, because this figure is not healthy. It is not healthy at all. And this is why we should normalize talking about weight, not like shaming people, but like talking about it in a more helpful manner that's beneficial for everyone, because everybody's got a story and people need to hear those stories. That's why I'm trying to be more open and transparent about my own stories to help other people. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's just, I feel bad for him. I want Sohee to get some rest. He just looks really worn down. To be honest with you guys, this really breaks my heart. I hate when this happens. When Onu got announced that he was having health issues and he had to recover. And I know this isn't exactly the same issue, but it's the same issue in the fact that they did schedule Onu a ton. That man had promotion after promotion, schedule after schedule, concert after concert, flying to and from Korea to Japan and back, promoting his Japanese album. I think Dice might have came out first and the Japanese album second. Then Circle came out next. And it was like one on top of another on top of another. And in between those, he's doing all these promotions and these concerts and all this stuff. And it was just, the man said he was only getting 2 hours of sleep. You know what kind of damage only 2 hours of sleep can cause to your body, especially when you're doing all of this strenuous stuff. You're being worked to the bone, and it's just bad. Plus, I think Onu was on a diet, but the diet kind of backfired, and I'm pretty sure that it was due to all of the strenuous stuff they had him doing, schedules and all that. It's just not right. You cannot do this to people. You cannot treat people like this. These are your idols. You're supposed to protect them. You're supposed to make sure that they're good, that they're healthy. Anyway, I'm not going to get too upset with SM right now because this just came to my attention. So I'm expecting them to say something. So depending on what they say determines how I respond. Respond, not react. I'm not reacting. I'm not going to have a fit online and be like, oh, no, I'm going to respond. I'm going to use my brain and respond in kind. I understand because of how Korea is with the beauty standards, some people might be envious of this appearance, but it's not something to envy. Having a super thin frame to the point where your bones are showing, that's not good. It's not healthy. So I'm hoping that he can recover, that the company will let him recover, give him time to recover. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, this has kind of ignited a fire in me to make a video about idols losing weight and the harsh dieting that companies have their idols undergo. This is a very good topic to talk about. It's been talked about many times by other people, but I want to talk about it myself and give my take on it, which is probably going to be very similar to everybody's take on this issue. I don't think there's anybody who feels different about this, who has common sense. This is terrible to have idols do this, having idols destroy their bodies like this. It's very inhumane. Like I said, I'll check back with you if any news comes out about RIIZEs Sohee, see if he is allowed to rest and recover. If so, of course, I'll report on it. This dieting stuff, man, because it's the company's fault. And then, of course, if an idol has a habit of being picky with their food, like what they like to eat or what they don't like to eat, if they're really picky, you're amplifying it by restricting foods from them. Because if he's already a picky eater and you're restricting the foods that he actually does like, well, he's not going to eat much of anything. So I'm just really worried. I'm really worried. I wish this would stop. Yeah, that's how I feel about it, guys. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content from your boy. And until next time, it's your boy Abe signing out. Peace. Love you guys. Please take care of your health. Please don't look at his health or anybody's poor health and desire it, because it's not good. It's not good for anybody to be like that. You have to work in such grueling conditions like that. Anyway, love you guys. Peace. Bye.